dokie. Looks like we're a-going. And since we're a-going, we're not doing jazz this time. We're doing this time instead. We were leg hole, right? Yeah, we were leg hole. We had just gotten ourselves a Black Knight halberd. And I think this is the best shield I have. Yeah, the best shield I can use. Let's go ahead and clean out my inventory. We aren't really going to be using anything that ain't these things. I guess I can keep, like, perspective stuff I might use, like, in my box. I can't use you. The rest of these I can use. Okay. What was I doing? Right, I wanted to look at this. Okay, I'm only at 27 strength, so I can't use this unless I two-hand. Interesting weapon, but this is a powerful weapon. Hello, Pat. Where was I going? What am I doing? Let's do something annoying. Since we're here, may as well do something annoying. Since we can now behalberd our opponents. A consequence of my actions last time is that I unlocked a locked gate. Thank you for the resub, Ogre. Thanks, Ogre. Soger. Is there a... Yeah, there is. We're gonna light our torch again. Yeah, you got the whirligoof in this game as you're running attack. I don't know if there is a torch down there, but I can go around to look. The elephants are dead. I keep calling them elephants. They are, in fact, hippos. They're not hippos either. Okay. I might not be able to do what I'm planning here yet. Because I think there's also... No, I can go over here. The game framey? I have dropped no frames. Yeah, we're not listening to jazz today. Today we are listening to, Chromelodion. Which is probably my favorite band. Plunging attack. Repel enemies' attack. Guard break. So we're lighting all the torches in the things betwixt. But in order to do this, you have to, among other things, free that guy. Because there are items you can unlock by doing this. Well, an encounter I can unlock. I kind of want to make sure the randomizer works before I lock myself into doing this. So I should go to the place I'm intending to go before I light the very last torch. I have no reason to think the randomizer doesn't work. That was a crit. Is this a different randomizer? No, but the way this randomizer works, it actually works through Cheat Engine. So I have to run Cheat Engine and then like load the thing and then thing to thing. That's the last torch. I'll leave this one. And we'll go to my destination, which should be ripe with items I can test. Because I think we're either doing the Iron Keep or we're doing the Gutter. So no matter where we go, I can go to Shaded Woods. Shaded Woods is the place I can go that doesn't extremely suck. Everywhere else extremely sucks. Okay, randomizer confirmed for working. That's also an item I could just consider using, but I don't think I need to. Getting over to these places is inordinately difficult for no good reason. I got ghost armor on. This is the armor of Oros, which, according to legend, the armor of Oros is composed of a mysterious substance that cannot be seen by cowards. What do your eyes tell you? here's this variety of germ. No, don't do that. Close it from out here. I was thinking about Chromelodian because I got to see them live at MagFest 2019, which was their first show in like 11 or 12 years. I had never seen them before, and I dragged all my friends to it. That guy dropping Black Steel Katana. I think that's a thing he could just normally drop. MagFest 2020 has already happened, Ogre. Happened in January. I did not go. Which turned out to be a good move. Black Steel Katana is a good weapon. Yeah, up in the air as to whether MagFest 2021 happens. I would bet that Mag West is not happening. Yeah, this is, all this music is from, Ninja Gaiden 2. I think this is Paris Sprinter. Sorry to hear that, Booker. I presume you are doing much better now. It was before COVID had really hit the States badly, but it had still, like, happened. I also remember the night that, MagFest happened as, the fucking clown was bombing foreign generals. Like, that happened during MagFest. I was like, I'm glad I'm at home right now. Because I didn't know if there was going to be, you know, war. Okay. Normally, this is Fading Soul. But instead, it's Sunlight Parma. Indeed. It's got... Hi, Charles. We are a-doing it. Yep, fan art shields. This game also had them. Shield design contest. Who throws a rock? Whirly Goof. Shit. Whirly Goof owned me. Yeah, learning our new weapon. What do you mean a clown nose? I think I look quite dignified. Oh. Okay. Lois gauntlets. Hamburgers. Nerds! Oh boy, a champion's tablet. We have a better look we can do. not smart enough for this. I want to keep the greed hat on. I like the jorts. I think the armor of Aros is the... I can't even wear the armor of Aros if I... Can I? We'll skirt it up. Okay. Time for things to suck. Actually, can I go past the Shrine of Winter? How many souls have I garnered? I'm halfway to opening up the Shrine of Winter, so I can't open it up yet. There's an item up here that I can just get. I can't go past it, though. Yes, come to me. Look how much goddamn health these things have. The dogs are also to be feared, as they inflict horrible status ailments. The gremlins. Normally that's RTSR, but we're doing other things. Is there an item by the King's door? No, but there's a man! Become owned by me. Produce symbol of the king. We cannot. Why do I have the cat ring on still? Oh, I have the kitty cat skirt on. And the kitty cat skirt gives you cat status. Wanderer boot actually seems to be... Or mannequin. Mannequin boots seem to be the good. Yeah, you can definitely stack cat status. If I had known that, I would have made going through... Or if I had known I had the cat status pants, I would have... The cat status pants are very rare. You don't normally get them. So let's check out the Shrine of Winter. Where these very goofy enemies live. These enemies weren't in the base game until you got to New Game Plus. They're very obviously unfinished. And they did not finish them when they added them to Scholar of the First Sin. Behold their very dorky moving animation. Woo! but they're in the game. Ooh, rock is I forgot rock was an emoji you could use. That's a good emoji. I still haven't come up with what I want my next... I think I have two I could be using that I'm not. Here's everybody's least favorite enemy. Cannot lock onto them. Dragon Talon. What is that for? Ah, it's for Poison DLC. I thought it was one of the DLC items. I did not know which one. So, we can't get past the Shrine of Winter. Seek mightier souls. There used to be so many Shrine of Winter skips, and I learned at least 2 of them. One of them involved doing this. And, like, you would jump on top of this rock, and you could get up on top of here, and you could walk around. And all the item using animations are so slow. I forgot to look up and read a history of the development of this game, which I wanted to do. I saw you somewhere. I think I need poise. Which might mean that I'm just getting big and chunky here. I want to be under 70%. So if I hit this guy, it should draw them near. I need to reorient myself. Because I don't know where I'm leaving at this point. Here I can at least... turn this shit up. Because this is my favorite album. I had a really, really big chiptune phase in my early 20s. When I heard Chromelodian, I had not heard anything like this before. I saw you! Okay, maybe not this loud. Maybe the men are invisible to cowards. They have crossbows and knives, which I would think is pretty cowardly. Does having a torch help in this spot? I'm fairly certain it doesn't, but I've got like 6 hours of torch, so I can try. Yeah, this ain't doing dick. It might make the men cast shadows. There's one. I need my two-handed moveset, though. Stole the Fume Knight. Now, there's one other item that I remember the location of. The rest of them we're going to have to scour for. And it's up here. Don't back up. That's cheating. I saw you. The shader messed up and made you really visible. Let's not get too turned around. Let's just go straight. Let's just weave our way through looking for items. As that leads up to Headless. Keep to the King's Passage. Actually, the opposite of Headless. It leads to a head. I just don't like that guy, you know? Like, sure, he's nice, but we'll just never see eye to eye, I don't think. It's like... Oh, Vingarl's body is like fine. That guy's cool. You ever see him? He like whips ass. He's like big and strong and brave. I think he's better off without Vingarl. Gotcha! Yeah, the spear backstab in this game is pretty brutal. You give him a really bad colonoscopy. Okay, I think I've gotten all the items. Which means I want to go over here. Because we have to go speak to Vingarl. No. Vingarl's head. Vingarl is in the Shaded Ruins. And is cool. Vingarl's head is a hater. And hangs around moping. You ever see Vingarl mope when you've seen Vingarl's head mope? I haven't. That's up to the Shaded Ruins. Okay, here we go. Ring of the Embedded. Why would you say that? Am I not welcome at the Combat Dome anymore? Why would you invite that guy over? I mean... Receive various benefits, but at the cost of increased damage taken. Have the power to transform people into slaves of pleasure. Okay, this one is probably a Soul Level 1 ring, much as it is in Dark Souls 3.
What business are you here?
Look at this asshole. Alright, so Claymore is good. Really, though, this is what you're here for. He gave us a homeward bone for talking to him. What a jerk. My body will also show no mercy. Except I don't think you can kill Vingarl's head. You can definitely kill Vingarl. He's willing to accept death. Maybe after I kill Vingarl, I'll kill Vingarl's head. Anyways, enough of that nonsense. You can kill his head? Good. So, this is normally where you get the Black Knight Halberd. Make sure I jump out the right window. Whispers of Despair. That is a debuff. Crown of the Old Iron King. I don't know what it does. One of the crowns does something. Whispers of Despair is a hex that makes the target take increased damage. We're going to wear our hood in this spot because we can get cursed here. Lion Mage Robe is a good item. If I can find another pot, I'll show what. How many stinky branches do I have? 3. And that sucks, because there's a lot of branches you can use here. I'm dead. Can't roll there, you gotta jump. That's fine. I gotta go get my souls though. No, I don't. Don't have to get my souls. That's good. Did you know it took them 10 years to make a game with good platforming in it? Because he had or a Miyazaki game with good platforming. He had Demon Souls, bad platforming. Dark Souls, bad platforming. This game, not a Miyazaki game, bad platforming. Dark Souls 3, bad platforming. Bloodborne, bad platforming. But then you get up to Sekiro, and they're like, oh, we figured it out. We just, we make ledges not kill you, and we make you stick to ledges a little bit. And that's all it took. So we should, with the hood on, we should be immune to the pods. Yeah, we're immune to the pods. The grappling hook helped. Soul of a Giant. Yeah, the Black Witch Veil gives you 1000 curse resist, which translates to just being immune to curse. It's also useful against Nashandra. I'm going to make a note of the I'm going to make a note of the stuff here. Don't get hit by these guys. Yeah, just in case I need to go find items. But here's the special boy. I didn't know this guy was a golden lion. They have special item drops. Hollow infantry boots. That corpse just doesn't have an item. So until I know where I have to spend my stinky branches, I would regret to spend them. Forgotten key. Tossed into the gutter. I don't remember what this does, and it absolutely is of no use. The item description wasn't. Is that the... That's not the key Kale gives you, is it? Bunch of poop. Shit. I have you now. I don't remember where Hovel's armor is. It'll be time to learn, though. Sadly, they fixed the Wahoo jump here. Used to, you could jump over this. And get a free stinky branch without having to spend a stinky branch. But they patched it out. Spell quartz ring +1. Not unuseful. Wonder why Crichton the Murderer isn't up here. Isn't that where he usually hangs out? I talked to him in Huntsman's Copse. But he is not here. Okay. Now the Abyss Covenant stuff is all in Drink Lake Castle. That was a tough guy. He took 4 hits instead of Silver Talisman. Is that thing that casts? Yeah. Give me a... We were not invaded by the boy. Fashion time! Often you get invaded by dipshit here. Forlorn. Pretty sure I bought the Ring of Whispers. Yeah. We'll talk to Tark. Alright. So now we can summon Tark. We won't, but we can. And when we kill we kill Nashka, we can get an item. And this is a wife guy, but he's like a wife left me guy. Churls is Tark wife guy or wife left me guy? He's kind of both. He talks about his wife, but oh, he's the kind of wife guy where it's like, take my wife, please. Okay, let's go kill Nashka. Yeah, this is good. My wife. There's a bit more we could do. Your money or your wife? Take my wife, please. Here's Grandpa. The juice here is bad for you. We don't have the key for this. Yeah, no ball or chain or like the battle axe. Yeah. My battle axe of a wife. She won't let me watch the Packers game. This song whips ass. Speaking of Chromelodian and Dark Souls, some of you may be familiar with Illusory Wall on Twitter. Also ran a Tumblr, don't know if he still does. Is a Dark Souls guy. Does lots of stuff about Dark Souls. Lots of informative posts. Stuff about obscure game mechanics. And he does a lot of YouTube stuff now. We met on Tumblr and Twitter just sort of incidentally because of Dark Souls. And it wasn't until much later that I found out that he's the drummer on this album. It was just weird little circles. It's like, wait, the Dark Souls guy that I met because of Dark Souls was the album on my favorite, or the drummer on my favorite album? Weird. Oh shit. This is no longer optional. Come here, Nashka. Do an attack that breaks this, please. How do you get her to break this again? Does it have to be the beam, or like, I thought it was her tail? Maybe this will? Grand Lance! That was actually worth it. Where's Marah hat at? There we go. It's just Lucatiel's mask without the mask. Yeah. So Grand Lance is a very good weapon. Made from rare Geist steel. If I ever wanted to do a different weapon, this would be one of them that I would consider using. What is the stat scaling on Black Knight Lance? B scaling on Dex. I believe the Grand Lance is C on both, so would be reasonable to use. So we got all the items out of the Shaded Ruins other than the Shaded Ruins other than stuff we have to spend items to get. Rare Geist Steel 3-wood. How about that? What are some other missable items? All the tail weapons are missable. You can miss out on Gargoyle Tail Axe. Although that's not the weapon you're missing if you don't get. But like, you can miss the Moonlight Greatsword and all that. Come here, Gurm. I want to stick my halberd up your butt. I'm sad Gurms didn't show up in Dark Souls 3. I like Gurms. Good attack. Get all this basalt. Wheel and deal. These guys aren't really dwarves. But now you can buy all this stuff. Is this the way onward or bonus zone? This is the way onward, so I want to go down here. Here's a guy. Okay, let's go through the Doors of Pharos and then go through the Hell Zone later. I might want to upgrade a bow to fight those stupid goblin rats. This guy fucking owns a 1. A 2. Now it's time to beat ass. I want to parry him. Hold on a sec. Fine. I failed you, friend. Yeah, his fist took out a third of my health, but my halberd took out 2/3 of his health. Shit! Hello, gens. Now we're going through the Doors of Pharos because I did not want to go through the Black Gulch or through the Iron Keep. We're going to get that goblin. Only this time we're going to be smart. We're going to do a jump attack. Full skull. Right. Why would using a homeward bone rest at the bonfire? I know why. And it's actually correct that it doesn't in this game. These guys are easy to kill, so I don't mind redoing this shit. Their weapon is really cool, it's just an anvil chained to a stick. Plus we can fight this guy and see what he does when he's holding an axe. Because he can chop with it too. I guess maybe he doesn't chop with it. I could have swore he could chop with it. Buffered roll. Falchion. Nice, he can chop. And this guy is going to be like, hey, you can't pass through this narrow spot when I'm blocking. Wait a second, he dropped his own armor. What's up with that? Yep, and you go up and you're in Brightstone Cave Seldora, where they put skulls in the fountain. Back to Doors of Pharos. So now it's for the part that sucks. Where's the rat? Shit. Fuck. Come here, dude. That's not going to work. I mean, even if I, like, block... Okay. Where are the other rats at? I don't see the rats. Do I have anything that raises my petrification resistance? I don't think so. Apparently I can do the poke with this weapon, though. I didn't know that. I would prefer, if possible, to one and done this. Due to the fact that coming back here seems like it sucks. Especially if there are rats that can instantly kill you. I don't know if lighting this torch does anything, but we're going to do it. So... would the awful dogs be aggressive towards me if I was in the Royal Rat Authority? Bone Staff. Bone Staff. Well, here's what we were saving up all our lockstones for. How many do I have? 1,000,000? 10. If I were smart, I would just remember which ones of these had items in them. But I'm not smart, so I don't. Except for this one. I know I only need to spend one lockstone here. Here's where the thing is usually at. When I did Bonfireless, I had to come here. Instead, it's Skeptic Spice. I like the Mastodons. I do not like the rats. Most of these just have enemies behind them. I'm going to take extreme efforts. Okay. Okay, apparently all of these doors just have rats behind them. Oh, you can parry the mastodons? I'll have to try that. I don't have any anti-toxic things, right. I doubt this will work. Oh, it worked. Okay, these silver ones actually cure toxic. That is very important to know. Okay. I don't think I have to do any of these doors. Soul of the King. I should stop getting fancy with these boys and just slam them. Okay, mimic check. I think this is for fighting the rat. No, we're not quite there yet. Onion pants. Excellent. Fire snake. These guys don't block long enough for you to be able to guard break them. Now this just leads around. How dost ye get over there? Man, I wish I had stamina regeneration of any variety. Wouldn't that just be the tops? Well, what can you do? Let's see. I really remember there being rats here. These cool statues. Do I have to lockstone any of these to... Cool. Walked past the door in. Well, if there's a door. I'm displaying my expertise of Dark Souls 2. Dark Souls as well. Ah, here we go. Okay. On to the rats! Although this clearly isn't a rat. Shit. Can I do anything about my toxic resist? That is a tiny rat, Charles. Just very, very tiny. Can I do anything about my toxic resistance? Is bleed and toxic resist the same thing in this game? Oh, this is your average Dark Souls 2 boss. I forgot to spend my souls. That was 30,000 souls. I thought about that after I entered the fight, so I tried to go get it, but... whatever. This might be a bad fight for the halberd. I'm also getting pretty hollowed out at this point, even though I haven't died that many times. Okay, the Keyblade much better for this. Although the halberd will be better for this. How'd that hit me? Do you know how that hit me, player at home? You know, there are people who say they like this game. You're trying to see the difference between this and Sif. Well, Sif, you can, like, your stamina is fast enough that you can, like, regenerate, and you can block more than once. This, inflicts you with multiple deadly status effects, and you're slow, and it's hard to hit them. He breaks your equipment with vomit. Wow. We got Dragon Slayer Crescent Axe, which is a fine weapon. Well, we got half our souls back that we lost from fighting the boss, but that was entirely my fault. So, except for any potential shit behind doors, I think that is all we have left for us in the Doors of Pharos. Unless there is a mimic I'm forgetting. Was there a mimic in the Brightstone in Dark Souls 2, or is it only Scholar of the First Sin? Other way around. Is it in Scholar of the First Sin, or is it only in Dark Souls 2? I'll go chat to the king later. I forgot to equip my hat. Sorry, I'm trying to delete it. Ah. A giant's kinship. I see. I think the only thing keeping me from going and beating the game is I need to get the Lord Souls and then get the King Ring. Pigs! I might just look up what the pickaxe is, so I don't have to get a pig all the way through Brightstone. Excitement is one word for it, yes. Pirate in disguise. When I drink a potion... Wait. Did my potion not heal me? I laughed because I put my potion through my halberd through my head when I took my potion. Look at Teal's vest. Yeah, did my potion just fail to work? No. Dark Souls 2, everybody. Ah, my potion accuracy stat was too low. I see. That makes perfect sense. Another Mad Warrior mask. I see. One of the mimics I remembered. Bennett of Yugo should be around here somewhere. Is Bennett around here, or is his summon sign here? I know his summon sign is here, but I thought he was around here too. Am I misunderstanding? Nope, he's not in here. He's a Dringlayak. Apparently he shows up in the Force of the Fallen Giants. Sitting in front of the Fallen Giant past the Peruser's boss room. I think I've seen him there. Well, we want to summon him for this. So I think I could use getting unspoilt anyways. Where are you at, Benny? Ring-a-ding-ding. Do you like how I got hit there without having any say about it whatsoever? I've got a pig on me. Benny! Come, Benny. It's Ball! Okay, I need those, so I'm glad to have it. Here are peasants who have inordinately large amounts of health and do a ton of damage for no reason. Knock Benny off a cliff. Yeah, we're working with their hands all day, yeah. Crushed Eye Orb. Benny, I was reading an item. You're still alive? Is Crushed Eye Orb the key? I think this lets me kill the cleric. Where's it at, though? Nah. Him. I mean, I can coat my pick in evil, and it's not as good as theirs. Spiders. I think Bennett's a shade, so I do kind of have to take the lead out. We'll open that later. I think it just explodes. Hardest boss fight in the game. Get the last hit, Benner. Yeah, get him, Benny. I got another Soul of Nadia. Bastille Key, Blossom Kite Shield, Human Effigy, Black Fire Bomb. Well, there's some items in the Bastille behind the Bastille Key. So I won't say no to it. Pretty sure this box explodes. It's got an evil orb in it. But that's fine. Spiders fear the torch. Is there an invisible hollow around here somewhere? Soul of Sin, Slumbering Dragon. This guy likes the spiders. Ooh. Red Iron Twin Blade is known good item. I have not sinned. I don't need any of these.
Whenever you are ready.
Red Iron Twin Blade, you say? It requires a lot of dexterity, but doesn't benefit from it at all. I'll think about it. I have a thing I wanted to do that I forgot to do, though. So we're going here. So I'm pretty sure I only have one torch left to light here. The worst place that has a torch puzzle is the gutter. Getting all the torches lit in the gutter fucking sucks. Did I get everything? It would appear like right here if I did. I'll sigh. Let's do a once-over to make sure I got all the torches. There aren't any back here, I'm fairly certain. I'm not seeing any unlit torches. There's that one. Yeah, I have to go further up here. Oh. Anyways. Imperious leggings. I don't know what those are. Anyways, we lit all the torches here and got a special encounter for it. I'm going to quickly do the thing I said I was going to do. Pig. Search for Control F pig. Can't find pig. Can't find pig or pickaxe. What? Okay. The item that you get from leading the pig to the mushrooms is non-essential. It's good, but non-essential. Which makes me think that I don't care. Now. Because I could do it, but it really sucks. Whenever you spawn in, there's always the sound of somebody opening a door. I think I have enough smelter wedges. I'm fairly certain there's not a torch puzzle here, but I may as well light that. The only torch puzzles I know exist are in the Black Gulch and in the things betwixt. I'm a big unfan of this place. It's got some things I like. It's got many things I don't. I think I'm going to take a mulligan on this one. I'm going to chop ya. Ah, the Schweihunter. Where's the other net? I have like, how many souls do you think I mean? Or swords? Ah, yeah, swords. I thought you said souls. So this is where Crichton and Pate would be. Soul of the Rotten. This is just a room that spawns spiders. I can dance. You can dance if you want to. You can leave your friends behind. And if you don't dance, and if you don't dance, gotta be polite. I probably want the kitty cat status. I saw that barrel pop in. I left one alive somewhere. Oh, he's over there. This sucks. Because when I hop down, I'm gonna get invaded. Ow. Okay, woof. That's the gecko that explodes. Alright. Take a drink and the cacophony goes away. So the person that would normally be here is not here. Because I don't have the key to let her out. Ancient Dragon Soul. I don't remember how to get there. Oh well. A new breed of terrible enemy. It's the Spider-Man. These guys inexplicably have huge attacks they do when they die. Let's summon our pal Bashful Ray. Bashful Ray is so cute. Soul of Duke's Dear Freya and a Simpleton Spice. Over here, we have a one-way gate. And a skeleton. The spider got hung up on geometry. You need to help Mommy, Ray. You need to help Mommy. Mommy paid for your lunch so that you would help her. There you go, Ray. Thank you. Taking a peep, Ray? That's fine. Backstab these guys? Jesus Christ! Ray, go kill the spider so that... Okay, fine, I'll do it. Yeah, too heavy to open. Oh, look at that. You can see the sand at the bottom shake when I shoot it. So, the Seldora Den key is used somewhere around here. I don't got it. Here. Ray? Ray? Thanks, Ray. Yes, spider and man. Some kind of man spider. Wasn't that the name that was in the Spider-Man movie? That Spider-Man gave himself when he wrestled Randy the Macho Man Savage? The Amazing Man Spider or something? Like, kid, come on, kid. And then, what's his name? The Chin was like, hey, that sucks. Emissary from Hell, Spider-Man. Well. Come to me. Once their AI is turned on, they know what damage is. This is quite silly. Alright. Do I want to fight Deer Duke Freya with no Estus? I mean, why not? I can always scout first. Take a drink, Ray. Great magic weapon, another smelter wedge. Who's this? This is Manhunter O'Hara. Sure, we'll summon her. She's got good fashion. She is inexplicably wearing Ferris's hat, Painting Guardian armor, and the Black Witch leggings. Don't know why, she just is. Get him, gang. Let's show this fool what is. Stole his mushrooms. That's actually funny that the pig was guarding the mushrooms. So we're just looking for items now. We're not going to fight the spider. This boss is rather infamous because, in regards to summon, because you can summon the AIs. This AIs will stop being useful if you summon too many of them, because they will kill one of the heads before they killed Freya, but they'll keep attacking the head they broke. And it might be possible on New Game Plus, or just on New Game, I don't actually know, to have both heads of Deer Duke Freya to break. And if that happens, you can't win. I guess I'm going down. Stop running away from me. I want to stab you. Come on. I mean, that's how I start every fight, and I've never lost a fight except for the few fights that I've lost. So, yeah, I would also do that, because I do that. Halberd. It's a lot of souls. Soul of a great hero. Nothing over here. Sunlight blade. Ooh, tasty. That was an item I missed, right? Because I goofed up. But I don't think I can get back up. Maybe I can make this jump. I can almost die. I don't need the torch anymore. Time to send my summons away. If I can find the black separation crystal. Where is the black separation crystal at? Do I not have it? You start the game with it, right? Bone of Order. We're not done here, though. We have to do platforming before we're done. So here's the thing you might not have known. You can just roll down here from there. But I don't think I want to. I wonder what that door is that opens. Dead. Into the orifice. Just like Spock. Why is it sometimes you roll and sometimes you don't? You'd have to ask a higher power than I to know that. Now that might be everything. Take a gander. Oh, I don't remember how to get to the bonfire. Yeah, the bonfire is certainly a thing I want. Can you get to the bonfire without having the thing to let the lady out? How do I get to the bonfire? This game really likes homing attacks. I'm pretty cool. Nothing there, I didn't think. This song whips ass. It's the last song of their last album. And it feels like the last song of a last album. I think that's everything. No, there's that shit over there. I don't remember the proper way to get there, but I might be able to finagle myself an improper way of getting there. This has got to be death, right? Whoa, really? It didn't do what I wanted, but that was very surprising. So how do I get where I'm trying to go? I might actually have to go zooping around to do it. Which means I want to go over here. I needed that. I'm gonna have to come back to kill him, because, nope. That big overhand chop, does that hit the... No, that doesn't hit. Big overhand chop does not hit the tiny thing at your feet, even though it hits at your feet. Okay, these guys dropping human effigies is at least useful. Alright, got some dragon boners in case I want some of those. Oh, we gotta respawn that gecko. I gotta start thinking, what are the items that I need? After I find those, I think I can stop super farming items. I could use the dull ember, but I don't need it. I need the king ring. Battle axe. So I need the king ring. Can I light a torch off of corpse pile? Nope. Open flame, not good enough. Has to be designated. I'm sorry for carrying your wife around, Pat. So we're gonna go kill a spider. The second arachnid boss we've killed today. I mostly want to kill the spiders. Alright, now the spiders are dealt with. It damaged me through a block. Explosions! Am I getting followed by spiders? I'm not. We're gonna own this guy, though. Fight me! Ain't no fair! I just wanted to fight a guy. Finally. Now. That felt good. How'd that work? Retainer robe, poison stone, mastodon great shield. Fine thing. Yeah, parrying is like, woo! I parried one of his attacks, and it didn't do anything. Like, he did no damage, and I did not parry him. Anyways, let's get Aldia to spawn. No, did Aldia not spawn here? He must spawn on the last primal you do. Anyways, let's upgrade our body. You can't induce my juice, can you? Okay. Let's clear out the old... Clear out the old inventory. And we'll call it a stream, because we got a lot accomplished today. We made the right mistakes. Okay. What keys am I needing? This lets me go to Frozen DLC. That lets me go to Poison DLC. Actually, let's do one last thing. Fairly certain that there's a door in the well that is opened by the same key. Is this really a well, or is it a pit? We got some items. Nothing especially cool. And I petrified something. I remember hearing that petrified somethings weren't a part of the pool of randomized items because they have special glowies in the world. So changing them caused problems, which is funny. So that's going to be it for today. Thanks everybody for joining. Thanks for the resubs earlier, everybody. We're going to round out the stream by going and trading in our petrified something. And the next time I remember to stream this game, we're probably going to be going to the gutter. That'll be a lot of fun. Two giant souls means I could probably kill Vendrix. Or Vendrick. Do you have any other smooth and silky stones or prism stones? Doesn't look like it. Come on, something cool. It's upgrade material, but... Hey! We won, kids! Good night, everybody!